beaches right on the coastline here in the Greater Accra region.
All right, many thanks, Maxwell Ababa, bringing us to a close on the midday news. And as you heard there, the Ghana Tourism Authority is patrolling the beaches to ensure compliance with its earlier instruction. This is the midday news. This is how we end the midday news. Our top story: Ghana's recorded cases of COVID-19 shoots up to 52, and government has revealed that more than 1,000 people are in mandatory quarantine. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm Marba Kumson. Have a good afternoon.
Your message is simple. If you say MTN Mumu, it give you life very simple. This trip with you, you're getting 200%. Top up your airtime with your MTN Mumu wallet. And wanna break through the pie. Enjoy 200% bonus on any amount you recharge with your MTN Mumu. I'll make 3 times your recharge money. You can't believe it, my boy. Dial *170# to top up your credit and feel the 200% extension. For about the bra, now calculation the reality no. 72 Ghana cedis we are here 200%. 75 Ghana we are here 200%. 20 Ghana we are here 200%. 200% bonus no. You feel our Ghana's best network. Dial *170#. Now go option 7. Now back home. Now you claim you 200% bonus no. Just Momo it. We there for you everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
It's a new day. Are you ready to make a change? A new partner to journey your way, to explore the things you never imagined. You're ahead of the race. Civil service, committed to you. A partner for life, yeah. Come back, we'll go the distance with you. No matter the problem, we'll brighten your day.
Forward together.
We promised, we delivered a new learning experience. Joy Learning, Ghana's first ever educational television channel, is here. It is well accepted by the students and highly recommended by the teachers. Let's hear what they have to say.
Joy Learning has brought me a lot of benefits academically. The channel has helped me to improve on my vocabulary when I watch the English lesson.
During my vacation, I dedicated my time watching the Joy Learning channel. And trust me, a lot of the lessons taught were very helpful, especially with my elective subjects.
As a secondary school teacher, the Joy Learning channel and their programs have helped greatly. I sometimes revise my method of teaching, and I recommend that parents should encourage their wards to find time to watch the channel.
The Joy Learning channel has really come at the most appropriate time. Our students on the double track system can enjoy normal classroom lessons when they are even on vacation. Parents should buy the multi-TV digiboxes so their ward can have access to the rich educational materials on the channel.
In collaboration with our partners, SES, Kenneth, and Wolua Free, we bring you the best of your classroom experience on your television in the comfort of your home and everywhere. Joy Learning. Keep learning.
All the thrill and excitement in music. Phase 2 promises to be even bigger and better. 5 of these talents must qualify to the next stage of the Prime Studio competition. These contestants must battle it out in another 4 weeks to make it to the final round. Who joins the final round? Is it Kisses, Melissa, Pamiti, Tisha, TM Music, Shatia Single, Hobby G, Akenzi Teller, Stranger, or Mickey J? Remember that you have what it takes to power your favorite contestant to the top. Vote for your favorite contestant by testing ES, followed by the name of your favorite contestant to the short code 1903 to increase your chances of making it to the final round. Watch Prime Studio this and every Saturday at 8 p.m. only on Short Joy Prime, real entertainment. Prime studio. Rock the world.
Motorcycles are also vehicles and so are governed by the regulations that govern all vehicles. Always ensure that as a rider, you obey the road signs and markings, stop at red lights, and do not ride against traffic. Wear your helmet always. This Arrival Live weekly message is brought to you by Joy FM, Joy News, and the National Road Safety Authority.
Bringing hope to many around the globe, transforming lives into legacies. Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil. And now, today's word.
The second statement that David makes that is very important, and I pray that it will help you, is I will fear no evil. Not only will I walk through, but whilst I'm walking through, I will fear no evil. That is David's response to danger. I will fear no evil. It doesn't deny evil. It doesn't say there will be no evil. It doesn't say there's no virus. It doesn't say there's no danger. It says it is there, but I choose how I respond to it. It accepts the reality of evil, but does not succumb to the evil. It accepts the reality of danger, but does not succumb to danger. Yes, we will sanitize our hands. Yes, we will have to keep our social distances. Yes, we have to be very careful about surfaces and clean them. And we have to take all those precautions and be very fastidious about it. But whilst doing it, we will fear no evil. We will fear no evil. And don't allow fear to dominate you. Yes, there is danger. Yes, there is trouble. Yes, we are unsure of the future. But David says, I will fear no evil. It's a statement of choice. It's a choice we make as people. We refuse to live in fear. I know it's very easy to tell someone not to fear when danger is so real and so near. Fear usually presents itself as anxiety. And in this season, we are all in information overdrive. We are reading all kinds of stuff. People are sending stuff through WhatsApp. People are sending emails. People are sending dreadful pictures, some true, not some not true. And because we are all anxious, we are consuming so much information. Fear comes through what you hear and what you see. And so as you open your ears and your eyes to so much information, you are clogging your mind with fear. Does it mean we should not read? Read. Does it mean we should not have information? Let's have information. But we have to choose how much information we will get. Such as, just as there is social distancing, I think there is time for information distancing. Choose how many articles you read. You can decide, I'll read 3 articles today. I'll watch only one news channel and get my information. I'll get highlights and that will be all. And for the rest of the time, fill your mind with the Word of God. Spend time praying, listen to inspirational music. Just let something else get inside of you instead of being obsessed with information about this dreadful virus. So I will fear no evil is a choice. I have to choose not to fear evil. We have to choose to live by faith. One moment, we may seem to be full of faith and very hopeful. Maybe we hear that chloroquine can help this situation, and all of a sudden we are very hopeful, and everybody has put their faith in chloroquine, and it's a good thing. But what if tomorrow we hear that chloroquine will not do it? How are you going to handle that? Don't move yourself from one extreme to the other. Just stay focused. You will go through this, and you must choose, I will fear no evil. 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 God keeps us in perfect peace when our minds are stayed on Him. Keep us in perfect peace when our minds are stayed on Him. Arrest your mind. Arrest your thinking. And bring your thinking in subjection so that fear does not kill you before the virus even comes close to you. I will fear no evil. So David's response in the valley of the shadow of death, I am walking through. I will fear no evil. But that's not all. He makes a very important third statement, which I'm going to conclude with. And it's this third statement is the foundation for the first and the second. The reason he says, I will walk through, and he says, I will not fear, is based on this third statement. For thou art with me. The Lord is with me. The Lord is with me. And he says, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Sometimes when we read the Bible, we read words like rod and staff and shepherd and valley of the shadow. And because this was written over 3,000 years ago, and we are not living in those times, we don't fully understand the symbols of these words in the Bible. The shepherd of David's time always carried two instruments. They didn't have guns, they didn't have repellents, they didn't have some of the things we have. They only had the rod, which is a stick, and the staff, which is a stick with a crooked end. The rod was to drive away the enemy. And so when a fox or some other animal wants to attack the sheep, the shepherd will use the rod to beat up an animal or scare it away, to drive it away. But then there was another instrument, the staff. The staff was not for the enemy, the staff was for the sheep. And what the staff did was to hold the sheep's neck from getting into trouble. So there's two things happening: defense from the enemy, as well as protection of the sheep. So David is saying, God is with me. How do I know God is with me? Because God is keeping the enemy away from me, and he's keeping me away from the enemy. It's two ways. It doesn't just happen one way. You know, many times when we're in such a danger, we think, oh, God, protect us. Yes, he's able to protect us, but he wants us also not to get into danger. And so, for example, how do we know God is with us? Isn't it amazing that we know there is a virus out there and we're all scared of it? But we know how to keep ourselves safe. It's not as if, can you imagine the people who lived in 1918 when the Spanish flu struck? They didn't fully understand all the things, the science about how pandemics come about and how viruses come about. When the bubonic plague came, or when the Black Death came in the medieval times, how did they handle this? They didn't even know there were germs. They didn't understand the concept. Now we know how to protect ourselves. Thy rod and thy staff. There are some things we have to do to push away the enemy, and there are some things we have to do not to get into harm's way. And David says that is what comforts him. That God, in the midst of danger, has given us the tools to be protected from destruction and from danger. So when we hear things like banning flights and quarantining and we hear things like border closure and planes not flying. It is part of God's process to keep us safe. Thy rod and thy staff. The virus does not just get people. It doesn't have that power. It cannot run into your room. It cannot run into your house. It cannot just hide in you and destroy you. No. Thankfully, it has to be brought to you. Or you have to take it to somebody. Isn't that amazing that we know how to stop it? Thy rod and thy staff. God says, if you don't want the danger, I'm going to give you the means to keep the danger away. And I'm going to give you the ability to keep yourself from danger. That's why we're all washing our hands and sanitizing and keeping social distances. And let's not joke with that, because, we can pray all we want. But if we ignore the rod and the staff of God's protection, we will be in danger. David did not say, I will not fear because you are with me, and that's it. God will protect me. I can live as dangerously as I want. No, he says, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The thing that keeps the enemy away and the thing that keeps me away from the enemy. So take it serious. Take this time serious. I don't know how this thing is going to play out in Ghana. All I can say, and I think just based on my own knowledge, that there is going to come a critical 4 weeks. Probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Critical 4 weeks. And we have to do everything we can to let the rod and the staff be at work. And if we can do that, we would see what happens when God protects us in the time of danger. That will be my message for next week. When we experience this comfort from God, the Lord is with me. So we are not just saying, I fear no evil. We're saying, because God is with me. In what way is he with me? His rod and his staff will comfort us. I want you to note something about this psalm, that throughout from verse 1, when David says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, and up to the verse 4 where he says, I'll fear no evil, God does not take away the evil. He doesn't. The evil is present, but in the midst of evil, life is being led. There is danger, but in the midst of danger, life is being lived. So we can live wholesome lives, full lives. We can live overcoming lives, even in the presence of danger. And he's able to keep us safe. And so I pray for you, and I pray for your loved ones, that this danger that we hear of, even though it's a valley of the shadow of death, we will only walk through it. May Ghana walk through it. May Africa walk through it. May the world walk through it. And not only will we walk through it, that we will not fear. Fear has torment, that we will not fear. And I pray that you will not fear. May God keep your heart. May God keep your mind. May God protect your thoughts. May God surround you with peace. Peace for your family. Peace for your children. Peace for your grandchildren. Peace for your grandparents who are vulnerable. Peace for the elderly. May God surround us with his presence and give us peace all around. And may God comfort us with his presence. One thing we can be very sure of is that he will never leave us nor forsake us. Even when we don't believe in him and we don't care, there are people who don't care about God, but God cares about you because he made you. So he has a commitment to you. It's like a father who cares for his child. Even if the child decides not to care for you, you care for the child. God